There's a dangerous lie many people live by. If I don't look at it, it won't affect me. But reality doesn't need your attention to act. But here's the truth most people learn too late. What you ignore does not disappear, it grows. A crack in a wall doesn't stop spreading because you covered it with paint. A problem ignored is not a problem solved. It's a problem given time to grow teeth. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic for this section is, don't pretend problems don't exist, tackle them before it's too late. But before we delve into that, please kindly subscribe to our channel. Also like, share, and drop your comments on our videos. Thank you. First, let's look deeply into the psychology of avoidance. Avoidance isn't weakness, it's a natural human response. But what is natural is not always beneficial. Psychologists describe avoidance coping as a short-term emotional protection strategy. Your brain is trying to protect you from discomfort, embarrassment, fear, or uncertainty. So, what's really happening internally? Your brain detects a threat of failure, rejection, and pain. So, it chooses relief over resolution. Dopamine rewards you for escaping discomfort temporarily. You feel better, but only briefly. Over time, this creates a dangerous loop. Avoid, temporary relief, problem grows, more anxiety, more avoidance. This is how people become trapped in cycles of chronic procrastination, denial of reality, emotional suppression. Listen to this bitter truth. The longer you avoid, the harder the problem feels, not because it changed instantly, but because your fear of it increased. Let's briefly look at the danger of ignoring reality. First, the compounding effect. Small problems become crises. Problems rarely explode overnight, they accumulate silently. Think of it like rust on iron. It starts small, almost invisible. But left untreated, it weakens the entire structure. For example, Emeka noticed a slight pain in his chest months ago. He dismissed it as stress. He kept working, kept pushing. One day, he collapsed. Result of diagnosis? Advanced heart disease that could have been treated early. Emeka's chest pain wasn't just physical, it was a signal. Lesson: early discomfort is often a warning, not an inconvenience. But many people are conditioned to push through discomfort, especially in high-pressure environments. By the time symptoms become unbearable, the condition has often progressed beyond simple treatment. This applies beyond health. A small debt ignored becomes an overwhelming financial burden. A minor misunderstanding becomes a broken relationship. A bad habit becomes a destructive lifestyle. Core insight: time doesn't fix neglected problems, it multiplies them. Now, let's look at the mental amplifier effect. Avoidance breeds anxiety. Avoidance gives problems a psychological power. When you don't face something, your mind fills the gap with imagined consequences, often worse than reality. So, the more you avoid a problem, the more power it gains over your mind. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly do that now. Also push the notification bell so you always know when we drop a new video. Thank you. For example, a university student kept postponing a difficult course assignment. Instead of facing it, she distracted herself with social media. The closer the deadline came, the more panic she felt, until anxiety overwhelmed her. This student avoiding her assignment isn't just avoiding work, she's avoiding the fear of failure. But each day she delays, the task feels bigger. Her confidence shrinks, the mental weight increases. By the time she tries to start, she's not just dealing with the assignment, she's battling self-doubt, panic, time pressure. Core insight: avoidance doesn't reduce fear, it amplifies it. The mind magnifies what you refuse to measure. Let's look at how this affects a relationship. In this case, relationships decay in silence. Problems ignored in relationships don't stay silent, they transform into resentment. For example, a couple kept avoiding difficult conversations about finances. No fights, no arguments, just silence. Over time, that silence turned into emotional distance. Silence can feel peaceful, but in relationships, it can be deadly. Unspoken issues don't disappear. They transform into assumptions, into resentment, into emotional distance. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly do that now. Also push the notification bell so you always know when we drop a new video. Thank you. This couple avoiding financial conversations may believe they're keeping peace. But beneath that silence, one partner may feel unsupported, the other may feel misunderstood. Trust begins to erode quietly. Over time, emotional disconnection replaces intimacy. Core insight: a relationship doesn't break because of conflict, it breaks because of unresolved conflict. Peace without truth is just delayed conflict. Now let's look at how denial delays growth. Growth requires confrontation of reality, weakness, and truth. For example, a young entrepreneur refused to accept that his business model wasn't working.
Instead of adapting, he blamed the economy, customers, and bad luck. Years passed,
And he remained stuck while others evolved. Lesson: you can't grow beyond a reality you refuse to face. Growth begins where honesty starts. Denial creates a false reality where you are always right. Circumstances are always to blame. Change feels unnecessary. The struggling entrepreneur isn't just facing a business problem. He's facing an identity problem. Admitting failure may feel like admitting personal inadequacy. So instead, he protects his ego, blames external factors, rejects feedback, avoids data. But while he protects his ego, he sacrifices progress. Core insight: you cannot improve what you refuse to acknowledge. Let's see why facing problems is powerful. Facing problems restores control, reduces anxiety, creates clarity, opens the door to solutions. When you confront an issue, something shifts psychologically, you move from victim to actor. Now, here are practical steps to stop pretending. 1. Name the problem clearly. What exactly is wrong? Not things are bad, be specific. 2. Break it down. Big problems feel overwhelming. Smaller parts feel manageable. 3. Act early, not perfectly. You don't need a perfect solution, just a first step. 4. Seek perspective. Talk to someone wiser. Isolation magnifies problems. 5. Build emotional tolerance. Discomfort is not danger. Learn to sit with it long enough to act. Here is a bitter truth. Though this may sound shocking to many, ignoring a problem is still a decision. But a decision to let the problem control the outcome. This is a real-life pattern you must recognize. Nations collapse when leaders ignore warning signs. Companies fail when they ignore market shifts. Individuals suffer when they ignore internal battles. The pattern is universal. Denial always comes at a cost. It is not just personal, it is systemic. Pattern truth: what is ignored at the beginning becomes unavoidable at the end. In conclusion, there are two kinds of pain in life: the pain of facing a problem early, the pain of suffering its consequences later. One is uncomfortable, the other is often unbearable. The truth is simple but heavy. Reality does not negotiate with denial. So choose courage over comfort, choose truth over illusion, choose action over avoidance. Because in the end, the problem you refuse to face today will introduce itself again tomorrow, louder, stronger, and more expensive. Face it now while you still have control. Face it while it is small, or fight it when it is big. The difference between people who rise and people who fall is not the absence of problems, it is the courage to confront them. Don't pretend it's not there. Look at it, name it, face it, and take your power back. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and comment on our videos. We love and appreciate your support. Bye for now.